Yes, we're back again. Today we're talking about APR and the rise in property mortgage in 2025. So I'm going to quickly say, imagine being told that the property market in 2025 is both one of the toughest and one of the most rewarding market we have seen in recent years. It sounds almost impossible, like being told that the road ahead is full of potholes. But at the same time, it's the road that leads to the biggest opportunity. Yes, you heard me right. And that's exactly where we are today. The truth is, 2025 is not a year for careless decisions in real estate. It is a year that demands attention, patience, and strategies. The mortgage rates and the APR is obviously higher than many people expected. Apologies for my language. I'm just choked of saliva. So borrowing is more expensive. Now, monthly repayments are obviously heavier, and buyers who could easily qualify for loans a few years ago are finding the process far more difficult now. This alone has reshaped the entire market. So on top of that, government and regulators have introduced new rules to stabilize housing, protect consumers, and also to control risky lending. So if you're out there, you have a poor credit rating, then just forget it. Anyone who wants an easy property journey in 2025 might feel like a frustrating year, but then I can assure you that if you have all these things set up before you start your property investment journey, you must make sure you have your deposit at hand, you have your good credit rating like I talked about. Always be aware about the broker's fees as well and other hidden fees that you need to pay. So, but here is the interesting part. Even with all these challenges, it is also a year filled with real opportunities. If you are selecting and if you are informed, or if you know what to look out for, you can always be rest assured that 2025 is not as difficult as it looks. So there are markets where prices have softened soft enough to give buyers room to negotiate. There are sub areas as well where rental demands has exploded because people are priced out of buying. So creating strong yields for investors some people have achieved that. And also there are developers offering incentives, lenders becoming more flexible with creative loans products, and motivated sellers willing to meet buyers halfway. These are chances that didn't exist prior to now during the boom years, and so these are also advantages in 2025. So higher interest rates are not a permanent condition, so it goes with inflation, which you already know. So they are part of an economic cycle, and while some people are slipping back in fear, others are stepping forward and buying quality assets at discounts that they may never see again. So that is why you don't need to put all these challenges at heart. You need to be bold, decide what you want to, and go for it. History shows us that the best opportunity often appears when the market feels uncomfortable. That's absolutely true. So the key in 2025 is not to buy everything, it's to buy the right thing. This is a year where due diligence matters more than excitement. Location matters more than the hype. Cash flow matters more than the speculations. And smart investors are focusing on properties that can weather interest rate changes, attract strong tenants, and grow steadily over time. So you need to have your smart goals. You need to be very, very attentive. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you want to go into. Nobody wants anyone to go into a business that will fall. So we are trying to encourage you to make sure before you go into your next property investment business, make sure you are fully informed. What we are seeing now is a shift from easy investing to intelligent investing. So the people who decides or who succeeds in this environment are not the ones who rush. They are the ones who analyze compare, ask questions, and walk away when the numbers don't really make sense to them. I don't know if you understand what I mean. They are the ones that understand that the market isn't bad. It's simply demanding more from us. So as we move through 2025, we're in November already. The big question is not, is the property market difficult? No. We already know the answer. The real question is, how will you position yourself in a year where challenges and opportunity live side by side? How do you think you excel? What makes you think your property investment decision is the best? Because we have so many property investors out there in the community, out there in the society. So what makes you stand out? Because the people who take the time to choose wisely, who stay calm, who stay selective, and who stay informed will look back on 2025 not as a year of problem, but as a year they made some of their smartest property decision. And that is exactly why we're encouraging you all to make smart property investment decisions. You do this, make this decision, and you come back and thank me later. And that's the mindset that turns uncertainty into advantage. And the market isn't closed yet. It's simply inviting only those who are ready to think, plan, and act with purpose. So if you're one of those, feel free, join us in our webinar, and we will be there to walk you through step by step. Before you go into your next property investment, if you need someone to coach you, we are out there as well. Feel free. This is Chrissantus Investment. That's what we do for a living. So we are into property investment, sustainability, and digital marketing. So if you need a one-to-one advice, free consultation section, we have, you can book a slot on our stand store, and we'll be there to provide you all the answers you need. Thank you for watching. Do well to like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you. Bye.